Hello and welcome to KORERO, the arena where Nigerians' political realities meet national conversation. My name is Godwin Sunday. Tonight, we turn our attention to the unfolding political landscape as the country inches closer to 2027. Although elections are still ahead, the struggle for visibility, influence, and party dominance has already begun. Across major political blocs, subtle alignments and internal battles are shaping what is fast becoming one of the most unpredictable election cycles in recent years. For the ruling APC, the coming years present both an advantage and a test. The party is dealing with internal tensions over economic performance, ministerial interest, and power blocs angling from relevance. Within the People's Democratic Party, the wounds from the 2023 crisis are still fresh, and questions of zoning, leadership loyalty, and the return of expelled members continue to unsettle the party's rebuilding process. Smaller but influential parties like the Labour Party and the NNPP are also wrestling with their internal fractions, ranging from leadership disputes to structural weaknesses at the grassroots. Now, across the board, aspirants are emerging quietly, consulting strategically, and positioning themselves not just for the presidency, but for governorship, the National Assembly, and the state-level leadership, which we call the subnational government. Well, citizens are also watching closely, measuring promises against performances. And with economic pressure, security concerns, and youth disenchantment rising across the country, the 2027 elections will not just be about party flags, but about trust, credibility, and national direction. The real question is, which parties are truly ready for the struggle ahead? And how prepared are the aspirants who will step forward to battle for Nigerians' future? Well, to help us unpack this evolving political terrain, we are joined in the studio by Dr. Barry Alvotu, the Deputy National Youth Leader of the Labour Party and a key voice in Nigerian youth-driven political movements. Well, at this point, we will take a short break. When we return, the conversations begin right here on KORERO. Please stay with us. Welcome back. Well, with me in the studio right now is Dr. Barry Alvotu. Well, Dr. Barry, it's a delight to have you on KORERO.
Thank you for having me, and good evening, Nigeria.
Well, Dr. Barry, a lot of conversations are begging for answer, but let's begin with your general assessment right now of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's administration in tackling and addressing pressing issues across the country. Of course, a lot of people have given him a thumbs up for doing magnificently well, especially with the appointment of Musa for the defense minister right now, and also other appointment that the president have made, even in the ministerial list that was released a couple of days ago. But then, how will you assess the generality of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's administration in general?
Well, I would say I'll start by saying good evening, Nigerians, and everybody watching all over the world. And it's a clear manifestation, whether you like it or not. You can call me an opposition who is not happy that they are not in government, but the truth remains that this Ahmed Bola Tinubu administration under the APC does not understand what governance is all about. And that has shown in every decision they have taken so far. In the issue of the appointments, you can see that the appointments are lopsided. The appointment is looking up to just the Southwest. And the Southwest having 11 personalities appointed as ambassadors in the recent list is very, very disheartening. Ahmed Bola Tinubu is not supposed to be a Yoruba president. He's supposed to be president of the Nigerian people. And we have seen impunity in the way he appoints people to join him in governance. And practically in a democracy, it is not accepted. Nigerians have said, no, we have not accepted, because it is not what we expect from somebody who used to be a democracy activist in the past and human rights activist in the past. A man who worked so hard, according to the people who call him Jagaban. They should understand that right now, Jagaban is too old to understand what good governance, quality leadership, and respect for the rule of law is. Because in the first place, this man he just appointed as the chief of the Minister of Defense, he sacked him at a point. So why is he appointing him now? And what made the other person, the former governor of Jigawa State, in the former minister that Bagudu, what's his name, Yakubu, what made him leave as minister? He must have been forced out, because we Nigerians, we black people, don't have the culture of resigning even when we are caught at the act. This is the first time somebody wants to resign for health grant. We saw the likes of Ganduje, we call him Gandola, who was one time governor of Kano State and is being trialed for stealing or embezzlement of state funds. And at the same time, he became the APC national chairman. And when the time came for him to bow out, he was forced out. How can you tell us that you are resigning as the APC national chairman and at the same time taking another appointment from the president to be the chairman of the board of FAN? So practically, it is not the style of a black man, it is not the style of a Nigerian to resign from office, even if caught at the act. So definitely, the former Minister of Defense, who is said to have resigned, must have been forced out. But the question remains is that why is President Bola Ahmed Tinubu playing politics with the life of Nigerians by sacking somebody today and re-employing him tomorrow? This same minister that has been listed now by Ahmed Bola Tinubu, President of Nigeria, was sacked at a time. Whether you like it or not, there's no reason for his sack, but he was sacked. So why are you now recruiting somebody you sacked in the first place? That shows incompetence. That shows that Nigeria needs to look at the man Ahmed Bola Tinubu again ahead of 2027, because we have seen a Supreme Court precedent who have not been able to act to give the Nigerian people true democracy. This is a disrespecter for the rule of law. This is someone who has the spirit of impunity. This is someone who does not respect law.
All right, Doctor. Can we say at this point that the field is becoming more competitive or more hostile for aspirants that even are in 2027 elections?
Well, I think if you are a good follower of politics in Nigeria, you understand that 2027 general election is going to be tedious. It's going to be a hard nut to crack, because now it is clear for just 2.5 years of Ahmed Bola Tinubu being in office, the country has been in total comatose.
Allegedly.
It's not allegedly. Nothing is happening. Can you travel to your village? This December, everybody is going to stay in Abuja because everybody is afraid of being kidnapped. This is the first time in the history of Nigeria where the president has no say on what happens in the security apparatus of the country. The president, Ahmed Bola Tinubu, he behaves as if he's afraid of someone. He behaves as if someone is leading, he's not the leader. The Ahmed Bola Tinubu we knew as the Lagos governor must have dealt with the insurgents by now. We had in 2023, Kasim Shatima, the former governor of Borno State, telling us that he's an expert of insurgents. He is going to deal with the insurgents while Ahmed Bola Tinubu will deal with the economy. Well, we have seen great failure in the economy and great failure in the security apparatus of Nigeria. For us, if you ask us, Ahmed Bola Tinubu should resign. Shatima should go. Normally, in any condition of an abnormality in governance, if you fail to provide the incentives of good governance and quality leadership, the first thing for you is to resign. As the Minister of Defense is alleged to have resigned, we are also expecting Ahmed Bola Tinubu to resign because he has not been able to protect the lives and properties of Nigerians, which is his primary duty. When he took office in May 29, he signed to protect the lives and properties of Nigeria. Show me the Nigerian person that has protection. We live in Nigeria as a miracle. You wake up from your house or from wherever you find yourself in peace as a miracle. You travel from your base to maybe your village or your workplace and you are not kidnapped. It's a miracle. Miracle now in Nigeria is not about somebody who has a lump or somebody who has one eye and is getting the two eyes working at the end of the day by a pastor who prayed for him. Right now, living in Nigeria, having security to wake up in the morning as a normal person has become a miracle. So in this perspective, it is only somebody who is a lunatic that will vote for the Ahmed Bola Tinubu's administration in 2027. So practically, whether Ahmed Bola Tinubu likes it or not, Nigeria has shifted. Nigerians have shifted from where they are to understand that politics is about the people. And democracy is the system of government that Nigeria runs. So nobody is going to stop us for coming out to vote Ahmed Bola Tinubu out of government. To vote everyone that have supported Ahmed Bola Tinubu in this incarceration of Nigeria.
You've spoken about voting out Ahmed Bola Tinubu from out of office.
Yes.
But then,
because of incompetence.
We also understand that even your party, the Labour Party, is almost in a state of comatose. Is also
that's not true.
It's almost.
That's not true. We have a national chairman. You invited me. I'm here.
We know that Abure, as the national chairman of the Labour Party, is also being challenged by the stakeholders within the party.
Who are the stakeholders?
From the
who are the stakeholders holding
Alex Otis?
But who are the stakeholders holding Abure ransom?
Have submitted a new list for its national committee proposing that Nanadi should emerge as the party's chairperson.
Let me
because that is the position of majority of the stakeholder. But you want to quickly react to it.
That's not the result of the majority of stakeholders in Labour Party. You see, Labour Party is not a market association. Labour Party is a registered political party by the umpire called INEC. Labour Party submitted a constitution that guides the activities of the party. Labour in the constitution of Labour Party, it does not recognize anybody as a stakeholder. Labour Party does not recognize anybody who is not a statutory member of the NEC. There was a fake NEC meeting held in a hotel,
Transcorp.
in Transcorp Hotel in Abuja, organized by who? Stakeholders and the governor of Abia State, Alex Oti,
and all the sitting members of the party.
Listen,
no. We have the House of Assembly members that sat for
how many of them? Only two. Only two of them. Victor Ume and the other person.
A lot of them.
No. You asked me a question.
Yeah, please go ahead.
Let me educate you so that you can understand what's going on.
All right.
Labour Party is not in comatose. Labour Party is ruled by men of integrity, people who are fighting to protect the political and democratic institution of Nigeria.
We're mentioning only the Nanadi Usman faction.
Yes.
It's also the Apapa faction.
Apapa has since schemed into re-elected or reappointed into the NWC and the NEC of the Labour Party led by Abure. You need to be following up to know what's happening.
We are following
As I'm talking to you right now, Aramba B...
I was in the press conference held last week.
Aramba B is now the deputy chairman Southwest. He has taken the position, and what's his name? Apapa is coming up to be in the board, the BOT. We have settled our differences. They have apologized. Very soon you'll see Aramba be talking about the new Labour Party led by the indefatigable chairman that understands what politics is all about. Alex Oti is an ordinary statutory member of Labour Party that has no capacity to call a NEC meeting. By the constitution of Labour Party, the statutory member who has authority to call for a NEC meeting remains the national chairman and the secretary. Did you see the national chairman Abure and the national secretary Umar Farouk Ibrahim at the Kangaroo Yam Festival in Transcorp Hilton, organized by OT and his gang of PDP members? No. As I'm talking to you, the Nanadi Usman that you are saying that she is the acting chairman of Labour Party has taken up an appointment in Kaduna State under the ADC as the acting chairman of Kaduna State. So how can you be in Labour Party and still have the...
But Labour Party just submitted 34 names.
Labour Party...
Is this a different faction of Labour Party?
No.
Submitted that name.
Let me ask you something.
Please go ahead.
These people parading themselves as stakeholders are political criminals, political prostitutes that are supposed to be arrested by the Inspector General of Police if Nigeria is working well as a country. They are impersonating. Did you see INEC at their meetings? When you came to report the issue of the NEC meeting we had, hold on.
Please,
when we had the NEC meeting, did you see INEC there? You saw INEC at our NEC meeting.
Yes.
So if you saw INEC at the NEC meeting, it means that Abure has been reaffirmed as the real, authentic, and original national chairman. But what does the
Supreme Court judgment
say? The Supreme Court judgment...
Did the judge err in his judgment?
Of course, the Supreme Court judgment is clear. The CTC is out. What did he say? He said the party decision is final. Every issue of the court is null and void. Meaning that we should now go back to the party to take over the activities of the party. And I want to ask you, who are the members of the party? Who are the statutory members of any political party? The national chairman and its secretary. And this national chairman and secretary had a convention in Inewi that has been reaffirmed by the INEC. That's why INEC is still leaving Abure's name there. And that's why INEC advised our party to hold a NEC meeting where they will come and register themselves in presence and they will uphold the name. And that's what has been done. So whatever Nenadi Usman and her Kangaroo Group Yam Festival members have sent to INEC is a chalantatic attitude paper that has no influence in law. If you send a letter to INEC will receive it. But INEC will not act on it. Did you see INEC come out and remove Abure's name as chairman after Nenadi sent that empty, dirty tissue paper? That is impersonation. That's why we are calling on the Inspector General of Police to call Nenadi Usman to action. Call her, prosecute her, and get her jailed if found guilty. This is the law. We are in a democracy. They should, for God's sake, allow Labour Party to rest. They should, for God's sake, allow Abure to continue. Abure only finished the tenure of our late chairman, Abdul Salami. This is Abure's first tenure as chairman of the Labour Party. The same OT who is fighting to remove Abure today is the same person who was the chairman of the convention that voted Abure into office in Inewi. The videos are out there. And
the same OT have said that Abure's administration has been marked.
But the OT,
a lot of misappropriation of funds.
Which fund?
Well, a lot of irregularities.
No, there's no. OT has not.
These are speculations that
OT has not submitted any letter on that regard.
We've listened to both factions.
Yes.
Even the Apapa faction is saying.
Apapa has no function anymore. Apapa is now a member of Labour Party supporting the Abure group.
Apapa has no faction anymore.
Yes.
But then we've also seen Apapa he has not come out to
with apology.
He has not come out.
Aramba B can be appointed.
Apapa has not officially come out to say
but
that his faction has been dissolved.
In days you will see.
Have you seen the Apapa faction come out to say that his faction has been dissolved?
Who is the vice chairman of the Apapa faction?
Let's leave that.
Is it not Aramba B? Aramba B is here now.
Aramba B can switch sides and
but he has switched and will apology
and become loyal to Abure. Does it automatically means that the Apapa faction is dead?
Did you not hear when the national chairman told the media that Apapa is being considered to enter the board of trustee cadre of
Has
Labour
Apapa
Party?
come out to speak on that?
He has not come out to speak. That's what I'm telling you.
Which means that Apapa is also not even in alignment with
Apapa is
the
with
Labour
us.
Party vision.
Apapa is with Abure
right
now. That's why he has not come
allegedly.
out to. No, allegedly. This is tentatively. And very soon that event will be held and Apapa will come up and take his position.
So Nanadi officially also has moved back to Kaduna, and as such, there's
Of
no
course,
faction
that's what the ADC have announced. You know, you have it, you are a media man.
So there is no Nanadi Usman faction of
Nanadi Usman
Labour
had
Party.
never had a function. Nanadi Usman had a criminal impersonating group of people trying to kidnap Labour Party. But because of the gallant attitude of our national chairman and the secretary, that did not happen. Let me tell you something about Alex Oti. Alex Oti remains an ordinary NEC member of the Labour Party by the constitution of the party. I am not the one calling him an ordinary member. He is. Just like Peter Obi is an ordinary member of the party, contested for president and remains an ordinary member of the party and the former presidential candidate of the party. There's no statutory authority for the body of these two people. So, and what capacity do they have to hold a NEC meeting? The NEC meeting remains empty. The NEC meeting remains illegal. And that's why INEC has not uploaded their names. And that's why INEC has decided to say Abure remains the chairman. INEC accepted Abure because they have followed the CTC of the Supreme Court as delivered in a judgment. So practically, that's what we are talking about. But you see, the rascality in our politics will not allow these people rest. They are collecting money from one or two people that we don't know to try to make sure that Labour Party goes down. But Labour Party is receiving the highest publicity it can get with the best individuals as leaders of the party. If you check the capacity of Julius Abure and Umar Farouk, if they were ordinary political charlatans, by now they could have been pushed out and Labour Party could have been captured. But thank God for the capacity that these two guys have. And young people like me and others are learning the real politics of Nigeria so that tomorrow we take over the leadership in our politics, we'll be able to do the right thing at the right time. Remember, the institutions of democracy and politics in Nigeria is on the floor. And the decision that INEC took and Abure took and Farouk has taken has given the institutions another breathing space for them to start growing. We need to build our institutions. We don't need to build individuals. Individuals should find their bearing, but the institutions must be built by Nigerians.
All right, Doctor, let's talk in terms of the generality of what seems to be minority political parties.
Yes.
Who have had their fair share of destabilization.
Yes.
Factions and rancor, internal rancor,
yes,
going on.
Yes.
We've seen what is playing out right now, even within the People's Democratic Party.
Yes.
We've seen what you have said has been resolved within the Labour Party.
It's over for Labour Party. We are good to go.
Allegedly over.
No, it's not allegedly. If INEC is there, what over do you want?
We've not.
INEC is the one who validates any political party.
Well, INEC representatives
they can keep shouting as long as they care.
But then we understand that the OT faction of Labour Party
they are lost.
has its own support group. And as such, the Peter Obi also was aligned himself with Alex Oti.
Yes,
they have their own. He has his own Peter Obi support
group. Let me give you a name for such people. You see, Alex Oti and Peter Obi, they are political charlatans who don't want to change. Obi is a trader. Alex is a banker who is ready to collect money from every bank account in his bank. They are not politicians. They don't understand politics. But you cannot do politics without the respect for the rule of law. And they have violated the constitution of the party and they are paying for it. You can see Obi going all over Nigeria. Different politicians, different political party. A politician with a focus should not do that. Even if you have a rancor in your party, you settle it. If you can't settle the little rancor that happened in Labour Party, how can you settle the rancor of even the insurgency in Nigeria as president?
But let's hold the thought there. Let's take this conversation to the various minority political parties across Nigeria. Looking at the various rancors, the division going on, even PDP has had its own fair share of this old division. Can we say that the minority political parties are ready to unseat President Bola Ahmed Tinubu come 2027? looking at the records that we have right now in our tables?
Well, I think I don't see any party as a minority political party.
That's what I said. Let's just go by the narrative of
political party. Like for Labour Party is now a major party in Nigeria. Everybody wants the Labour Party ticket, all right? Everybody wants
although the Labour Party members are House of Rep members and the Senate are already moving to other political parties.
In PDP, are they because not moving? In APC, are they not moving?
Because they've alleged. That's why I said
in the three leading parties in Nigeria. That's why I said with all of this rancor,
yes, can we say that minority political parties or alternative political parties,
yes, alternative
are ready to?
Of course, they are ready. Let me give you an example. In 2023, we brought out Peter Obi as the presidential candidate of Labour Party, and we won the election. But it was rigged. But that's in the past now because the Supreme Court has given a substantial answer that Ahmed Bola Tinubu remains president of Nigeria. So if I keep saying that we won the election and it was rigged, it means that I'm talking about treasonable issues. I'm not going to talk about that. This is not time for politics. This is time for governance. And that's why we're talking about the political parties that will set the pace ahead of 2027. Let me tell you, the ADC is doing the same thing that the PDP did, the APC did in 2022, where it was formed. And in 2022, 2023, that's, I think, when it was formed, 2012, 2015, it grew up and took over power, right? Now, the same people, Alhaji Atiku Abubakar, Rotimi Amechi, Nasser El-Rufai, Tamboa, they all came together, Bukola Saraki, and formed the APC out of the PDP. Is that correct? Having a deal with Asiwaju from the ACN and Muhammadu Buhari from the CPC. Now, tell me the difference between the ADC coalition right now and the PDP and the APC coalition in 2015. The difference is that there is no Asiwaju in the ADC now, and there's no President Muhammadu Buhari. But we can see the likes of Rotimi Amechi, who played a crucial role in removing Goodluck Jonathan as president of Nigeria because he believes on the dichotomy system of the presidency, where the North runs power for 2 terms and gives it to the South for another 2 terms. You remember that Goodluck Jonathan's presidency was an obstruction of that order. And at the end of the day, what happened? We saw the opportunity where Rotimi Amechi stood his firm ground and they won the election. And he was the Director General of the campaign. And we saw how they crisscrossed Nigeria. You saw that astute political influence of Amechi. At the same time, we saw an Atiku Abubakar from the Northeast who galvanized support for Muhammadu Buhari in 2015. And they defeated the PDP, their own former party. So we are looking at another scenario now in 2027, where somebody from the South definitely will be given the ticket in the ADC. Maybe Rotimi Amechi, because right now Rotimi Amechi is the only Southerner who is vying. Peter Obi is still prostituting around. He's not even a member of the party. He's still holding sway to the Labour Party as a member without doing any activity to show that he's a member, but just a member for the name's sake. So now, if you look at the influence of the ADC, Atiku Abubakar maybe supporting Rotimi Amechi coming out as presidential candidate with the support of the North, where are you going to see an Ahmed Bola Tinubu standing as president in 2027? Ahmed Bola Tinubu have finally given Nigerians the opportunity to vote him out. But like you said, it's in the hands of the opposition to group themselves together to provide the platform.
You've said the alternative.
Yes, to provide
let's go by your term, alternative political party.
Yeah. Now we have the ADC that is new, the brand new baby on the block.
The
tear rubber baby with so much confusion already. And now we have a Labour Party whose name is already on the minds of Nigerians. For me, as a politician, if you ask me, Labour Party is the biggest influence in the opposition because that logo has been sold. That name is in the heart of every Nigerian who voted for Peter Obi in 2023. So we can repeat that thing if we have a coalition whatsoever. That's why you see the Labour Party is telling you that Labour Party can make government in 2027 without any coalition with anybody, because we know what we have on ground. We know the crowd following the party, even with all the problems that Obi and OT has caused.
Largely by the obedience movement.
Yeah, no. Largely, let me ask you a question. Who is the obedient movement? Who is the obedient movement? The obedient movement is the Nigerian people.
Well, prior to when Peter Obi joined the Labour Party.
Yes.
How many House of Rep members does the Labour Party had?
That is not.
How many
my brother,
state governors
in every politics,
how many governors did Labour Party had prior to when Peter Obi joined?
Let me answer the question.
The obedient movement has been regarded to be one of the biggest political movements apart from.
Am I not a member? Am I not a member of the obedient movement? I'm even part and parcel of the founders of the obedient movement.
Looking at Tanko
is just an appointee.
Well, looking at Tanko and also.
Let me even ask you: do you think Peter Obi is the owner of the obedient movement?
I'm not saying
Peter Obi is not the founder of the obedient movement.
I'm not saying Peter Obi is the founder of the obedient movement.
Peter Obi only hijacked the obedient movement to put his people to control.
It's not called a Labour Party movement.
It's not a Labour Party movement. We were in the obedient movement before Peter Obi came.
Obedient movement, not the Labour Party movement.
But do you know that obedient movement was in existence before Peter Obi became a presidential candidate?
Was not moved, if it didn't move and align with the vision of the Labour Party,
yes,
would Labour Party have been a strong opposition party as it stands right now?
In every political dispensation, there must be a political group that will make you strong. In 2015, what made APC strong? The CPC bloc in the north, the ACM bloc in the south, ABGA from Rocha, and the PDP from the south, Rotimi Amechi. So if the obedient movement galvanized support for the Labour Party, is there anything wrong about that? There's nothing wrong. If the Labour Party, if the Labour Party did not give the obedient the opportunity to start, would they start? They won't start. So it's a deal of wash me, I wash you.
So we can.
The obedient movement played a role.
So you're coming to the conclusion right now that the obedient movement made the Labour Party to be popular.
No, sir. The Nigerian people made the Labour Party popular. The obedient movement remains a support group.
The Labour Party, the obedient movement did about how many million man work across various states.
And they told 1 million man work. Who told you that it is the obedient movement that brought the vote? That brought the vote. Well, the obedient movement is a campaign machinery.
The campaign machinery that became a disruption
of
and a revolutionary process.
Of course, we are not doubting that. But I am telling you,
it is born out of the idea.
Yes.
And the support.
The obedient movement is a support group. A support group cannot build a party. A support group can only support a party to have voters. I've just told you what propelled the issues of the APC in 2015.
In essence, you're saying right now, if I understand it correctly,
the obedient movement is a support group.
So the obedient movement, if it's been pulled out of the Labour Party,
Labour Party will still hit the Nigerian people. Is it all everybody in the obedient movement that is a Nigerian? I mean, is it all Nigerians that is in Labour, the obedient movement? Our grandmothers in the village that voted, are they obedient movement? I want to ask you, who are the obedient movement? I am a part and parcel founder of the obedient movement, but a lot of people are taking sway to it today. Even Yunusa Tanko, that is the coordinator of obedient movement, was brought by Peter Obi to chair it as an acting coordinator. Is Peter Obi the owner of obedient movement? Where was Peter Obi when we formed the obedient movement? We only christened the obedient movement by changing the spelling from OBE to OBI to suit the OB graph. All right? The obedient movement is a metamorphosis of the NSAS. And the NSAS, after its function, the protest, we formed a political party called the NYDP, Nigeria Youth Democratic Party, that was refused registration by INEC. And at a time, Pato Tomi was the only presidential aspirant in Labour Party. He invited us when he watched me on a national TV, that if you are controlling the NWC, the National Working Committee of NYDP that is seeking registration, it means that the NSAS movement is with you. Can you join us for a new Nigeria? In a meeting. And I said, fine, I am obedient to it. And from there, the word obedient came, and we're spelling it OBE. But when we adopted OB as the flag bearer of the Labour Party, we changed it to OBI. And when Yusuf Dapti came, we changed it to useful. We were the ones who coined everything. Those boys, those guys on Twitter are just on Twitter. We are the foot soldiers of the obedient movement. Obedient movement is not a property of Peter Obi. Peter Obi only hijacked it because we gave him the support. Obedient movement is not about an individual. The politics of Nigeria cannot be left in the hands of one man. If Peter Obi refused to run today, what would the obedient movement do? We adopt another person and move on. The obedient movement ideology is about a Nigeria that is possible. And a Nigeria that is possible cannot be found with just one man called Peter Obi. A Nigeria that is possible can be found with Rotimi Amechi. A Nigeria that is possible can be found with Alhaji Atiku Abubakar. A Nigeria that is possible can be found with Rabiu Kwankwaso. It depends on the political presentation by all political parties. We have said it. We, the obedient movement from my axis that joined the Labour Party up to the level of the NWC. I am a Labour Party member now because I was an obedient member. Labour Party invited the obedient to come and participate in the convention in 2024 in Inewi. And I told the obedient movement, and they said they are not coming, that they are too big for Labour Party, that Labour Party is the ones who come and beg them. I told them on the Twitter space, I said, you are not a registered entity. You are not a political party. Why do you think a political party will come to you? You are supposed to go to them. And I said, as an individual, I'm going. And I went and met the leadership of the party. And they gave me a waiver to contest. And today I'm the deputy national youth leader of the Labour Party. But I am still an obedient. I still love Peter Obi. But Peter Obi is not the reason for the obedient movement. The reason for the obedient movement remains good governance, quality leadership, and the respect for the rule of law. If Obi today says he is not doing again, what will happen? Is the obedient movement going to stay away? We'll support a candidate presented by any political party. Obi was supported in 2023 because he was the best presidential candidate in 2023 presented by any political party. I stand to be corrected by that. And in 2027, as we move ahead, we'll wait for the best candidate to be presented by any political party. And if Peter Obi ends up being... If Peter Obi ends up not being the best candidate by the presentation of all political parties, we go for the best person. Just to inform you and inform Nigerians, the obedient movement that we formed after the NYDP, after the NSAS, is not about Peter Obi. It's about good governance, quality leadership, and the respect for the rule of law. We only change OBE to OBI to suit the OB acronym to push him for the elections. And in 2027, we are ready to push the best candidate for the good of Nigeria.
All right, I haven't said that. There have been speculations from all quarters that there's going to be a merger, even from the not too popular political parties across board. And Labour Party is expected to also join the merger train. Of course, you were part of the neck of Labour Party.
Yes.
Let me get your response quickly. Are we going to see a merger in order to help the Labour Party to rise to national relevance? That's on one hand. The candidates of Labour Party, we've had a lot of cross-carpeting, a lot of party faithfuls that have left the Labour Party.
And they are coming back now that Aburi has also reaffirmed.
Even looking at the whole, and what some of the things they said was that the party had internal crisis.
Yes.
And they left. Now, are we expecting a merger from the Labour Party?
Well, right now, the leadership of Vice Julius Aburi has keep saying it. The Labour Party is not interested in merging with any political party to run 2027 general election. We won the election in 2023. Allegedly by presenting Peter Obi, one single person presented by the party, and we galvanized support for him for all over the world, not even just in Nigeria. So what stops the Labour Party from doing the same thing? We'll do it in 2027. We'll present a candidate and move. That's what Labour Party is known for. So practically on the issue that you have said that the Labour Party is going to merge, no. For now, the leadership of Barrister Julius Abure has not approved any merging factor whatsoever. We don't have a reason to merge because we have the people on ground to vote. We have the grassroots people on ground to vote. We'll mobilize them when the time comes. Thank God this internal wrangling have finished. INEC
allegedly finished.
Let me tell you something. You see the media. You people are the ones fueling this so that you can have gist to tell the people. But unfortunately for you, you were at the event, at the NEC meeting held by the Abure leadership at the office, and you saw INEC there. If INEC comes to your event, what does that mean? It's a stamp of legality. The former INEC chairman that Nigerians are fighting. But
you know,
listen, let me land.
Immediately after INEC, after that meeting,
yes,
there was a 34-member list that was submitted also to INEC by the Nanadi.
Did INEC tell you?
Well,
hold on. Did INEC tell you?
Understand that
did INEC tell you that they collected it?
Well, it was submitted.
Did they act on it?
Well, we can't say if INEC has acted on it.
From that day to now, how many days?
From that the party still has internal wrangling.
But from that day till now, we don't have any internal wrangling. Well, any media that Nanadi Usman is paying to keep carrying fake news, time will come when these media people carry fake news, you'll be arrested. Your studio, your station will be closed when you carry fake news. There's a law coming for it. And a lot of you will pay for it because that's what you are doing. I am a member of the NEC and NWC of the Labour Party. My words are supposed to be authority. And I'm here and I'm telling you. And you were at the event, our NEC meeting, and you saw INEC there affirming Abure. And you are still saying one criminal, one charlatan political non-entity from another political party has come to take over our party, and you are supporting it, and you are telling me that that's what it is. INEC will receive any letter given even by a lunatic.
I'm not a card carrying member.
If a lunatic sends a letter to INEC, just to let you know that even if a lunatic,
I'm not a card carrying member of any political party.
But you are talking as if you have received an advert payment to promote the Nadi.
We're just trying to set.
But you are promoting the Nadi, which is illegal.
My job as a media person.
But were you at the NEC meeting?
I was at the NEC meeting.
Did you see INEC?
My job is
did you see INEC?
My job is to set the record straight.
But did you see
and
INEC
bring the issues into perspective?
Did you see
my
INEC?
job as a journalist?
No, you're not answering me.
I saw INEC.
But if you saw INEC, so why are you still saying that the letter was sent to INEC?
A letter of names of persons that were sent to INEC almost immediately after the meeting.
Because they are following.
INEC received the letter in the name of Labour Party.
No.
And you've said
no. INEC received the letter based on grievance.
Let's move away from that.
No, we cannot move away because this is wrong information to the public.
I'm not saying
Abure remains the national chairman of Labour Party.
Agreed.
And Umar Farouk remains the national secretary.
All right.
Go to the INEC portal. It's still there. Who is Nanadi? Nanadi Usman is an EFCC customer. Somebody who was in an affair of plea bargain with the EFCC cannot be the national chairman of Labour Party.
All right.
As I'm talking to you, Nanadi Usman is the acting chairman of ADC in Kaduna State. And the Constitution of Nigeria bars anybody to influence himself in two political parties at the same time.
All right.
So we should know this and let the Nigerian people know.
Nanadi Usman have not come out to officially say she is the chairman of ADC.
Let her tell us she's not interested in it, and we will accept. But the ADC has made that
we'll be on the same, so that we'll be on the same page.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Right. So, but then when you speak of the Labour Party,
yes,
and other not too popular political parties in Nigeria, you speak of them with so much confidence. But I'm curious at this point. What gives you the confidence that your party can remain a major force, looking at the various instability that has rocked
the party?
A lot of political parties, not just your party,
yes,
a lot of minority political parties across the board.
Let me tell you
what gives you that confidence. That
what gives me the confidence?
Be able to become a major force and remain a major force come 2027.
Because of what we did in 2023.
Looking at what has happened in Enugu State,
yes,
where the governor and a lot of Labour Party faithfuls have moved. The Labour Party, the governor is not a Labour Party member,
yes,
but a lot of Labour Party lovers in Enugu State have moved to join the governor right now in what they believe
because of stomach infrastructure.
So what gives you the confidence that
what gives me the confidence is that
are stable enough,
yes,
to become a force to reckon with come 2027?
Right now, what happened in 2023 was carried out by some people, and we're part and parcel of those people who did what happened in 2023. The galvanization of Nigerians in the 774 local government across Nigeria. I'm part of it. There's no local government that I didn't visit. as the national chairman of NYDP, and at the same time I'll be the movement. We raised funds. We raised the people in the markets, in the villages, in the churches, in the mosques. We went everywhere. What do you think will make us not do higher? The mistakes we did in 2023, we have to cover it. And we have started covering it. There are some places that we don't have polling unit agents. Now we do. We have checked on all those things and we have worked on it. Today, as I'm telling you, Labour Party started its national congress on state congresses. Today, in all the wards in Nigeria, apart from FCT, that's why you are not seeing the crowd anywhere. But in other states, the congress started today. And by 6th of this month, it will end. We'll have legitimate chairmen in all the states of the Federation. That's what's going on. And if we are doing this, it means that the Abure-led leadership of Labour Party is ready. The ADC is also doing the same. You can see them flagging up 1 or 2, 3 rallies every day, and registration forms are given to people. So a few days ago, Atiku Abubakar just became an official member of the party by going to his ward. So things are happening. The only way we cannot remove Ahmed Bola Tinubu from power in 2027 is when the wrong people are given tickets to run under leadership of their parties. Like for the ADC, you know, it's clear. Atiku Abubakar should stay away and let's see Rotimi Amici come up, because it's a Southerner. It's supposed to be a Southern affair so that we cannot cause confusion in Nigeria. And whosoever is going to emerge in Labour Party must be a Southerner so that we can face this squarely. I know it's not a constitutional matter to have Nigeria's presidency zoned, but it's a gentleman dichotomy agreement that has worked for Nigeria. And in 2027, this is going to be the hardest election. Some governors that you have seen that have stepped away from PDP to APC might not return to power, because the power will really overpower them. Well, it's about the people, not about the party.
All right. Well, Dr. Barry Avotu, I really wish we have more time to really look into some of this issue, because we're just scratching the surface. But I'm being signal right now, our time is fast spent. So let's start this to be the part 1 of this conversation, because we will definitely bring you back to the studio to have the second part of this conversation. But I want to say it's a delight to have you on KORERO, and thank you so much for joining us on the stable.
Thank you for having me.
Well, viewers, this is how far we can go tonight on KORERO. Don't forget that you can join the conversation on our various social media handle currently showing on your screen. And you can also download the Rapid TV app from your Android and iOS devices to keep track of our broadcast. My name is Godwin Sunday. Like I will always say, always remember that peace and unity are the pathways to progress. Do enjoy the rest of your evening. Bye for now.